on, I've done nothing wrong, so I'm not ashamed to go out. Just carry on as normal. I've done nothing wrong, so... Well, I knew that from the beginning, but they still kept saying it was me, though it wasn't.
The first appeal tonight is, well, just that, an appeal. To be blunt, there are precious few clues. All detectives hope for is that someone in Oxfordshire has their conscience stirred and comes forward with their suspicions. It's frankly one of those crimes that, however rare, far less than one's chance of being struck by lightning and all that stuff, is nonetheless very hard indeed to solve without someone calling in with names and sightings. The victim was Vikki Thompson, who lived in Ascott-under-Wychwood.
Vikki was I can't describe how she was. She was just a very loving mother. She was a very caring wife. She always found time for me and for the children.
Come on, Miss Willie, come on, have a drive.
She put 100% of energy into everything that she did.
Ooh, not Mummy, right?
I think I drank too much last night. Any breakfast left?
You wait a minute, I'm about to get the kids' lunch.
Hey, watch it!
Jonathan, I'm just going to take Daisy for a walk.
Okay. I'll try and give your car a wash. It's filthy.
Bye.
Bye.
Half a mile away, a local man was walking past King's Standing Farm near the Charlbury to Burford Road.
As I peeked through the hedge, I could see this man stood there with no clothes on, and as I moved towards the hedge, he moved away. The next time I see the man, he's running across the cornfield. I could see then that he was 6 foot tall, very pale, thin, between 20 and 30 years old.
If you leave it there, I'll trip over it.
At about 4:15 p.m. on the London to Hereford main line, did you see anyone near the track between Charlbury and Kingham that day, Saturday, the 12th of August?
Daisy came back without Mummy.
Ah, she's probably walking slowly. Daisy runs faster than Mummy. King?
When Daisy came home on her own, I didn't immediately see any cause for concern, as I expected that Vikki would soon come round the corner, that maybe she'd sent Daisy up the road and was talking to a friend. But as time wore on, I realised that something wasn't right.
Strap in now.
I needed to go out and look for her.
What's that?
When I got back to the house, I half expected to see her there. I was quite surprised when she wasn't there and realised I needed to go straight back out. So I left a note on the table and took my phone with me.
Haven't seen Vikki, have you?
No, we haven't.
Dog's come home without her. Been up to the lane, there's no sign of her.
Well, look, we'll go down and have another look.
Jonathan, haven't heard from you for...
Vikki's not with you, is she? She's missing. I thought she might drop by your place for tea on her way back or something.
No, she definitely hasn't been around here. Look, I'm popping down the lane in a minute, so I'll have a look if you want.
You found this on the lane?
Carolyn's sure it's Vicky's.
I became more and more frantic and was very upset about the fact that I couldn't find her and just needed her to come round the corner and see everything was all right. I tried to keep the horrible thoughts that could have happened to her at the back of my mind for the sake of the children.
Hello, look, I'm sorry to bother you. There's this woman missing. Her name's Vicky. We found her bracelet. We've informed the police and everything, but you haven't seen anyone, have you? She's about 5 foot, slim.
No, we haven't seen anyone. Obviously, we'll keep a lookout.
Looks in a bit of a state, that chap, didn't he? What's that?
Oh, God. Look.
Vicky! Vicky!
Peter.
What's that?
Look. No, don't go in there, look. I'll go and get that bloke.
I was terrified that the attacker might still be in the area.
Hello! Excuse me! You can't go in, we've found something!
Whereabouts?
There, in the field!
Where?
Just through there.
No, run to the nearest house. Call an ambulance.
Jeopardy, Echo 4-1, Oxfordshire Way, Ascott-under-Wychwood. I believe we may have had a sighting of Vikki Thompson. Just going to see if we can confirm.
Vicky had been beaten around the head, but there was no obvious motive for the crime. She died 6 days afterwards.
David Blair, this has had a great deal of publicity locally and nationally. How can people help further?
I really want someone who may think they know who's done this, maybe sheltering them even, to come forward and tell us. It's really important. It's one of our main sort of lines of inquiry here.
How would people know? How would they have any suspicions?
Well, it might be from the demeanour of the person, or it might be that they were disposing of some clothing or something like this. There's no doubt that the offender's clothing would have been blood-stained in this case.
His behaviour, would it have been changed anyway?
Probably would have been a bit abnormal, yes. Could well have been, for a little while afterwards, certainly.
Now, we haven't got many clues to go on. There would have been a lot of people in that area. I mean, it's a holiday area. This is the peak of the holiday season.
That's right. Certainly there were campers, caravanners, there would have been hikers, walkers in the village. We've interviewed a lot of people in the village, of course, but anyone else who was there in Ascott-under-Wychwood on that Saturday afternoon, we would really like to talk to them, whether or not they think they know anything or saw anything.
One of them, or somebody, might have found this, or at least an identical one. This is a Flexi 3 dog lead. Now, if somebody has found this, what do you want to hear?
If somebody's found this, it would have been around the Ascott-under-Wychwood area, no doubt, on the Saturday or the Sunday. Please come forward and let us know. Or indeed, the offender himself may still be in possession of it.
OK, but you only want it from the Oxfordshire area. You don't want calls from the rest of the country?
No, indeed not.
About that. There's a reward in this case.
We're offering a £10,000 reward for any information. A generous reward, I feel.
OK, well, let's hope somebody tonight can call in with some help. Here's the number. It's a free call if you can help. You don't have to give your name if you don't want to. Simply call, though, please, if you have any information or any suspicions. If you prefer to call the local police, please do. Here's the number, 01865 266 650. That's 01865 266 650.
Mum's death, man charged. A 21-year-old man will appear in court today charged with the murder of mother of two, Vikki Thompson. Odd job man Mark Weston was arrested at his home yesterday. In October, he was questioned but released without charge. Waitress Vikki, 30, was bludgeoned to death with a rock as she walked her dog near her home in Ascott-under-Wychwood last August. She died in hospital 6 days later. Mark Weston, 21, said he barely knew the 30-year-old mother of two and had only seen her once or twice around the village of Ascott-under-Wychwood. The jury of Oxford Crown Court was told the odd job man Weston said he was surprised as anyone else to hear about the murder. I had never spoken to Miss Thompson. I did not have a particular interest in her. I had no reason to wish her any harm. I did not kill her. I did not see her that afternoon. Later, he claimed the deposits on his boots, which allegedly put him near the crime scene, could have been picked up from anywhere else since he had worn the boots every day in that month after the crime and before his arrest. He also denied starting a bonfire on the night of the murder to burn evidence. Fury as Vikki murderer trial man is cleared. The husband of murdered Vikki Thompson hit out last night after the odd job man was cleared of her killing. Furious, Jonathan Thompson complained vital evidence involving a bag of women's clothes had been excluded by the judge before the trial. Mr. Weston's solicitor said Mark is mightily relieved. The verdict had taken less than an hour speaks for itself. Police refused to comment on the verdict and have renewed their appeal for information on the killing.
Cleared of murder, Mark Weston is this morning back with his family, having spent 10 months in jail suspected of a brutal crime he did not commit. Described in court as a loner, the odd job man had protested his innocence all along.
Well, I've done nothing wrong, so I'm not ashamed to go out. Just carry on as normal. I've done nothing wrong, so... Well, I knew that from the beginning, but they still kept saying it was me, though it wasn't. But now they've come to realise they had the wrong person.
Police to reopen their inquiry.
They should get an independent force in to reopen the case and find the right person that done it. Because I feel sorry for Vikki Thompson's children, because they lost a mother, and whoever it may be is still at large.
And after 10 months in prison, it's thought a claim for compensation will be considered in due course. Tim Wilcox, ITN.
BBC News, 13th of December 2010. Double Jeopardy, man guilty of Vikki Thompson murder. The first person to face a second murder trial following a discovery of new forensic evidence has been convicted of killing a woman in 1995. Mark Weston, 35, was unanimously found guilty of battering 30-year-old Vikki Thompson in Ascott-under-Wychwood, Oxfordshire. She died 6 days later. Weston was cleared in 1996, but the case was reopened in 2005 when the double jeopardy rule was removed. He was ordered by a judge at Reading Crown Court to serve at least 13 years. New DNA evidence led to Weston's second trial. Small amounts of Miss Thompson's blood which were missed during the initial investigation were discovered on a pair of Weston's boots. Prosecutors said he chased and killed Miss Thompson because he realised she had caught him masturbating while watching her as she walked her dog on the afternoon of the 12th of August 1995.
Police to reopen their inquiry.
They should get an independent force in to reopen the case and find the right person that done it. Because I feel sorry for Vikki Thompson's children, because they lost a mother, and whoever it may be is still at large.
And after 10 months in prison, it's thought a claim for compensation will be considered in due course. Tim Wilcox, ITN. Cleared of murder, Mark Weston is this morning back with his family, having spent 10 months in jail suspected of a brutal crime he did not commit. Described in court as a loner, the odd job man had protested his innocence all along.
Well, I've done nothing wrong, so I'm not ashamed to go out. Just carry on as normal. I've done nothing wrong, so... Well, I knew that from the beginning, but they still kept saying it was me, though it wasn't. But now they've come to realise they had the wrong person.